What is up? What is up, everybody? This is Mark the Mike, and this is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I'm Mark the Mike. I'm joined by my tag partner, Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And we got lots of wrestling to talk about because this weekend was packed with wrestling, and we had WrestleMania review. We have NXT Stand and Deliver review, and pretty much we're going to be focusing on that. And then our wrestling retrospect and everything else will come back next week. I'll shout out that Chris Van Vliet had Bailey on today. Definitely listen to it. It was a very good conversation. So we'll kick this podcast off with Stand and Deliver. Did you watch the pre-show match?
No, but I should have.
It was good. It was very fun. It was a very fun tag match. I really enjoyed it. So we kicked off in the during the pre-show. They had the four-way tag. It was Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley versus Fatal Influence versus Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade versus the Meta Girls. It was very solid action. A lot of good tag stuff too. Like for all of them, they all worked great together, and it actually makes me feel good about the tag team division if they make the WWE tag titles go to NXT more because they have a full roster of tag teams that actually work really good together. Um, so hopefully Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez after last night. Oh yeah, they are going over there. They fighting Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley at NXT. So
Mm-hmm.
because the winner was G Dolan and Tatum Paxley. I give this match a 4. It was like a very fun and like fun tag match, and something that NXT does great is some tag team wrestling. Cause we got a crazy ass match later on too. So, all right, we kick off the show, and we have the North American Championship match. We have Ethan Page versus the champion Ricky Saints.
It was a very solid match. Not as long as I thought it would be, but they got a lot out of it.
Yeah,
Um, you know what? Enough for nothing. This one is one you say that they were evenly matched. And I was like, oh damn. Um, I will say the end surprised me because I was looking at an upset
yeah,
when he hit that Ego's edge. I thought it was over. After he threw him on the table, I thought it
yeah,
was a wrap. Well, after Ricky flew on the table.
yeah.
So yeah, a solid match 4-2-5 from me. Good first defense, right?
Yeah,
Yes, very good.
I'm around the same 4-5. It was a very good action, and the crowd chanting TK fumbled was pretty funny too.
Damn, that's messed up.
Yep, they did chant that. Match number 2, we have our NXT tag team champions Faxium versus Hank and Tank.
Uh, this is listen. I know the last match was epic. This is my match tonight. This might damn near be my match of the weekend. The Tank and Tank surprised the hell out of me. Like they were good
Yeah,
and they were entertaining leading up to this, and they were getting better. And then just them and Fraxium. Jesus Christ! All right. I don't need to say too much about it, but it was real damn good. It was real, and I also have to give credit to Booker T because they are reality of wrestling standouts. So
yeah.
look, something's in the water over there. Just saying.
This match was fucking fun as hell. Like you know what? They gave Hank and Tank. They really like those guys are the tag team champs now, but Faction really gave them the probably their best match to date, 100%. And
I
yeah,
just,
it's a
I,
5.
them, it's hard to think of one of their matches better than this. As good, maybe, because the hardest match was great. That's a timeless match. There's a few. The
Yeah,
Wolf Dog,
the Wolf Dogs.
them and the
That's
Wolf
like
Dog.
one of
Come
my
on,
favorites. That was like actually that made
that's
my
like
top 5 last year.
I'm just saying, like they got a lot of high quality matches. I hope
Mm.
they don't break them up or anything.
I think Faction's getting called up.
Just don't break them up.
Yeah,
Let them be stupid to each other, but
yeah,
don't break them up.
yeah. I think they're gonna get called up. I hope improve, help like boost that tag division and get more time into the tag team titles. The one thing that bothered me with that going into even this was probably the best tag team match throughout the whole weekend.
Yeah. Yes.
Um. So yeah, a five. Me too. Match number three is the North American women's title match. It's a ladder match. You have Soroka, you have Thea Hale, Lola Vice, Zarya, Izzy Dame, and Jordan, and Kalani Jordan.
I was surprised Ruka won the match. I was thinking it was gonna be Zarya.
So they both have
Uh,
one belt, but nope.
true, true. Even though, do you know if they can show it on TV?
Yeah,
I hope, I hope she gets to show her two belts.
she did.
Uh,
She has a picture with both
no, no, on
belts.
TV though, on TV.
TV. I don't think they
Yeah,
can
I'm
put that
just
on.
saying. Well, um, as for the match itself, it was pretty good. Maybe not the best women's ladders match that they had, but still like a solid one. I think Zarya got effed up during that match. Like she took some nasty stuff.
Yeah,
She took like Kevin Owens level, like dropping her on her back on the just ugh, ugh.
yeah.
Um, not gonna lie, if I wasn't hoping for the Kimura to win the match, but
Me too.
is what it is.
That was my pick as well. The Kimura. She has
I'm
some
gonna give
good
it a
spots
four.
though. She has some really creative
Yeah,
spots as well.
she's braver than a lot of people falling off that big ass ladder.
Yep.
She
Uh,
owes Sean Spears her life.
what do you give it?
Four.
Four. I'll go four as well. Match four is the Family versus Dark Slate.
This
Uh,
is my surprise of the night, just because I didn't really pay too much attention to their TV matches.
yeah.
Because they have like one TV, right? Or the one,
Take two.
two.
They
So
fought
it
the
wasn't.
Oba
Yeah,
Trick.
that's the one.
Yeah, and then they fought. I think they fought someone else. Then the following week, I can't think of who they fought though. You know what? It might be one then.
There might be one. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just that. So it was only three of them, but they still managed to work as a unit because the fourth dude he had stuff to do, and then they ended up having Rizzo out there to equal the numbers and whatnot. It was it was good. Like Luca and Stacks are real good.
Yeah.
Like, shout outs to Luca and Stacks. But Don, we know he's a G. And there weren't too many boo boos. There was like one boo boo where the guy was supposed to do his roll in and he kind of fumbled. But other than that, like even the dude that I don't even know his name, the giant dude,
Yeah.
like his big monster man moves look good. So I'm like, all right, I'm excited for what they do. So this one, I teetered between 3.75 and a four, but I'll be generous and give it a four because I was. What kind of surprise would it be if I just said 3.75? So I'll say four.
Yeah.
And the ending, like the ending
Yeah.
counts.
Yeah. I was going on three. I was going 375, 3.5, but the ending kind of sold me because it was a good story and they kind of been building that for a while. So I'll go. I'll lean on four as well. I'll agree with that. Um, we got our fifth match, which is the NXT Women's Championship match. We have Stephanie Valkyrie versus Julia versus Jada Parker versus Jordan Grace.
This one I thought was a great multi-person match. I think it's something to be said that the multi-person matches WrestleMania weekend were the best matches.
Mhm.
Like almost all of them, each night, that was the best match of the night. Was the multi-person.
I agree.
So this one was a great match. Uh, if there's any like real, not real nitpickers, there wasn't even that many. There wasn't even anything that was like off, so it was good. But I'll say I think it missed just a hint of a gear at being a five. Like it was exciting and all that. Everything was crisp. Jada Parker almost killed herself
Yep.
with that blockbuster. You know what I mean? Um, but it just didn't hit like level five for me. So I'll give it a 4.75.
I'm at four
Uh,
five.
maybe I'll say because Julia didn't win. Because she came back and I was hoping she won. Just saying.
I like it. I like the style that she had. I like the that she's going to her stardom roots and being evil Julia.
Hmm.
Um, I dug the match. I thought they had a great spot. They were all worked good together and stuff like that. Again, like you said, the multi-person matches were the best things this week, and I 100% agree. Um, Probably the second best women's match this weekend.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'll go 4 or 5 with that. And then our main event is the NXT World Championship match. You got Obafemi versus Trick Williams versus Javon Evans.
And like I said, multi-person matches very good this week. And this one is probably like one of the best built up,
Yes.
just because of how much, yeah, not for nothing, how much time they gave them to tell their stories every week.
Yeah.
Because and also they did close most of the shows too. If it wasn't the girls like in that last match, it was usually these guys closing the show. So, yeah, I was invested. I was hoping for John to pull a surprise, and I'm interested where this is going to lead because if I'm not mistaken, he was the one that got pinned.
Yeah.
So let's see where that goes. Trick has a claim. I'm gonna give this one a 5. Over looked like a superstar. They all look like superstars. There's nothing new here, but another feather in the cap for Over because he looked dominant.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
at
when he wasn't through a table, okay.
yeah. I'm at 475, but it was an exciting World Championship match, and Obafemi is still champion. Now we go to. I did watch the Hall of Fame just to shout it out. The Bret Austin thing was cool. It's like a head with two sides of both their heads, but I'm happy that match actually got recognized like that because it's probably one of my favorite ones. Lex Luger was able to stand up throughout his whole speech. That was something exciting for, and DDP been working for him, and he had a
Hmm.
nice little speech as well. It was a nice little ceremony. Triple H also went for an hour and a half, but it was good conversations, good night out. So if you're interested in the Hall of Fame stuff and the speeches and stuff like that, it's something worth watching. We go to WrestleMania Night 1. And we go to our first match. It is the World Championship match. It is Gunta versus Jay Uso.
Shout outs to the WrestleMania level entrance to the crowd. I know Jay was like, "Damn, I gotta walk all those stairs."
I was saying the same thing. I was like, yo, he
Damn.
mad tired right now. Like Jay is gassed right now. I was like, damn.
If he's tired on a Monday doing that, you can imagine he was like, Jesus
He was
Christ.
like, God damn fucking stairs.
I'm gonna have to give Gunther some of this cereal money.
Yeah,
Take
man.
these
The
uh frosted mini heat.
Frosted Mini Eats. I love
uh,
what Austin Creed did.
hmm.
He said that you
Upset.
stole our color scheme.
Upset.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. For the full package, I guess he had one of the best entrances because I say they at least did something different. They used people. They
Yeah.
used this like it had something physical there to it too. It wasn't just some digital thing on the background. So entrance wise, I give him a 8. I'm scoring the entrances because you
Okay.
know what? I'm upset this year, so I'm scoring them. I'll give Jay Uso. He has an 8.
And the crowd
So
was with
a lot
him.
of
The
bodies.
crowd 100% was with him. Anyone that's bitching, and I'm getting tired of the YouTube dislikes and stuff like that. But yo, they had 65,000 people on their feed eating the whole fucking thing, and then extremely celebrating him afterwards too. So I'm happy he won. I'm happy he won. Last night I got scared, but I'm happy he won.
Yes, good match, solid match. Happy he won. He turned it on Gunther, used his own moves against him. And you know what? That's what you get.
One thing I give
That
credit for, because he used a sleeper is the fact that I pointed that out to Josh and to Minion and I also pointed out to Tommy. Yo, he knocked the living wind out of freaking Gunther because he did 3 body splashes on his ass and one on his back. Imagine getting body. If your kid jumped on your back, you're losing your breath.
This is true.
So imagine getting jumped on 3 times and then getting a sleeper hold on you. You can't breathe.
This is true.
And that made perfect sense. And I explained that. It's like, yo, that actually made so much sense. And it reminded me of Gunther and Dragunov. Because Dragunov did the same shit. He knocked the living wind out of his ass and then choked his ass out.
But I think that the other thing is just that Gunther's smart not to hold himself in the submission because the longer you stay in, the more damage you take. So he's just like, "Look, yeah,
That too.
all
And
right,
then
he
he was
got me.
probably like, he's like, I can't breathe, shit.
He's like, he got me. I'm not gonna fight this.
Yeah, I did like the match. I thought the physicality was there. I felt like it felt like a fight at times because again, like, and then I did like the. I remember Roman doing the whole laughing shit with Brock Lesnar, and it kind of reminded me of that. I enjoyed the match a lot. Like, I really thought they killed it. So I'm at a four. I'm at a 4 or 5 with this match.
I I think for the way they brought it back from the brink of nobody caring with the story, it didn't quite go hard enough. I'd say.
Okay, I
I
agree
get
with
this
that.
the opening match, but like he almost killed his brother. So like the fact that he didn't open up Gunther with something,
Yeah,
you know, 3 super kicks to the head, and he just kicks him. There was no like. That's the only thing I'll take away from the match is that it didn't feel like he quite got his revenge. He
yeah.
just took the title. So I'll give it a 4.25.
That was Gunther's baby. That's why.
I mean, I understand in the context
Yeah.
of the character,
No,
the belt means everything.
yeah.
So I get it.
I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed it more. I think I enjoyed it more than Tommy and Minion did. But Minion did like the
Okay.
match. But I was like, that was the one thing I wanted them to see, and it made a lot of sense how he why he tapped so fast. I was like, yeah, you get your
Hmm.
knock like your son jumps on your back, he fucking knocks the wind out of you. Imagine getting a 200 and some pound person landing on your back
Yeah, but
three
also
times.
before he did that, he stole his movesets. He
Yeah,
did like the power bomb to him. So
yeah,
yeah, he caught him. He caught him.
yeah. I
Gunther
enjoyed
was
it.
like, you got, yeah.
Yeah, like that's it. Revenge, and then he beat up Pac Man.
Him and Michael Cole.
Someone posted the picture of Michael Cole in the wrestling gear versus Scooter.
Oh no,
um. Next match is
New
the
Day.
World Tag Team Championship. It is the War Raiders versus the New Day.
This match, uh, it, it was a solid match, but I think the thing that at least made the most sense for me was how they just viciously at one point said, you know what, the fighting affair is not working. Let's just try to break this man's neck again.
Yeah,
And that's what him and was it Kofi started doing that stuff. That's when it turned up for me. I was like, damn, all right,
they did a lot of heel shit that I loved.
let's make some sense out here.
And then,
Um,
yeah, go
and
ahead.
then the way they used attack, like obviously the Wolverines are like twice their size, so they can't power them or anything like that. The way they won was great.
Yeah,
They what else you want to do?
I
So,
really appreciate all the heel shit they did.
hmm
And then I also appreciate Kofi holding on his legs while he's pinned, and that's why they ran.
hmm
So I was all good for that. I'm happy with the belts. I'm happy that they got the tag team champions, 13 time tag team champions, the New Day.
So now they can hang out with John Cena, the greatest of all time.
And I also think there was like a mix of Giant Gonzalez and Attack on Titan.
The well, if that's what the guy said.
Yeah,
The
Devin Pope that makes their gear.
I don't know. I don't follow him. You just sent me the
Yeah,
picture.
yeah, yeah. It's supposed to be Giant Gonzalez and Attack on Titan mixed.
I just like the thing in the back with the horse because that's messed up.
It's fucking messed up. That was the
The
other
unicorn.
detail. Yeah, the three-headed unicorn and one of them is dead. That's fucked up. I love the New Day. Thank God for the New Day. There we go.
I'll say, yeah, thank God for the New Day 13 times, but the match wasn't special. I wouldn't give it, to me, I wouldn't give it more than a four. So
I'm at a four.
that, that's where I'm going.
I'm at a four. Just because enjoyed the heel shit they did. I actually think they picked it up like towards the ending and the way they were working again, like you said, they're working on the neck and things like that. Being attention to detail to the guy's injuries, and I think Michael Cole and Ray Barrett said it very clearly that yeah he had a messed up neck, and Barrett 100% said that he broke his neck and he's there trying to break his neck again, kind of thing. So the attention to detail to that, if you had listened to the commentary and seen what they were doing, it worked well. Four was a four, and I'm happy again.
Oh, I didn't rate the entrance. The entrance for the New Day, no. That was one of the problems. They didn't have no spectacular entrance at all. War Raiders came out in bad cosplay outfits.
Yeah, for Clash of Castles.
Yeah, oh, that was four. That was awful.
Yeah, they look like I thought of what's the Viking Sunday comic?
Oh, Hagar the
Yeah,
Horrible.
that's what it reminded me.
So interest for the New Day, they get like a four. The interest for the Viking Raiders, they get a two.
All right,
Mm-mm.
I do like the new theme though.
I love the theme, but they had no interest.
Yes.
They had no unicorns. They had no
No.
people. They had no parade. They had no horns. They had no cool heat. Like if they're bad guys, where's their cool thing? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
True.
Nothing.
True. Next match: Jade versus Naomi.
Again, the intro. I think Jay gets some points for having the fake weather report.
Yeah.
But again, for a woman who, even in, I think in AEW, had a cool ass entrance with the guy playing her theme, this is like she just came out with a new jacket. Look at my jacket.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Five, five on Jay's entrance out of 10. We're going out of 10 for the entrances.
Okay.
So Jade is five. Naomi, I didn't even know who that was. That's not good. We can talk about the theme. How you like it?
I wasn't crazy about the thing.
Nini,
I just felt like
I'm
she didn't
going
fit with it.
going for I'm
Yeah.
going a 4 out of 10
I
for
just
Naomi.
I just feel like she was. I think she wasn't happy with.
Probably not.
Yeah, like
Probably
she
not.
felt like I felt like she was a little off of fit, and like again, I understand they trying to change it. She's not a nugget, but I think the theme could have been better. I think the choice of
Yes.
theme could have been better, and it could have fit her more than
The,
it
the
did.
genre, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The match itself, I would give it like point wise. I say it's between a 4 to 3.75 for me because the one thing I'll give them credit is how they use Jade.
yeah,
It's like that move was to show that she could counter Naomi at any turn, and I think that was effective. Like it wasn't anything that looked really bad, and it's interesting because they haven't really fought that many times, right? So you could almost put this. I hate to say this because I don't want to just boo boo, but
yeah.
between Charlotte and Tiffy, the way they haven't touched and had a match,
Yeah,
the way these two touched and had a match, and it's like night and day.
I will say that I wish this was the title match.
I agree. I agree. So I'm gonna give it a four just off the strength of all that. Like they worked really well together for some, especially for people who did not work together against each other.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree. I'll agree with four.
and then, like you can feel Jay's aggression, but it turned into more like I'm just gonna be better than you. And I like the way she was posing after she beat her,
Yeah,
doing the dead body pose. You know
yeah,
the Grant Gustin. What's his name? Grant Gustin.
yeah,
And
yeah,
running
yeah,
around
yeah.
the grave. Yes. Yes.
All right. Match number four. Surprisingly, one of my favorite matches of the night.
Yeah.
U.S. Championship match: LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
LA Knight. Since this is only because he was the first one.
Yeah,
He's the first car man of the night. So what is it? So because it's a Maserati, I'll give it to him because that's an like $200,000 car or something like that. Maybe more than that.
yeah,
500,000 maybe. So they spent money on his. They
yeah.
rented the Maserati. There you go. Um, He still had to walk down the ramp though.
You know,
That's a long ass ramp.
you know what I would have done for LA Knight's entrance. You know the T-shirt he has like George Washington like leading a boat.
Yes.
That's what I would have done.
Damn. All right.
It's a cool T-shirt, and I was like, he's the United States champion. Why don't you just do that?
True.
Again, this is something that I agree with you. Like, I feel like the flair of the entrances, like what we usually get through WrestleManias, the way the set is and how it's laid out, they couldn't do a lot of that those like fireworks and big things because people were on top of the damn thing.
I don't give them that much leeway because I say that because
No, I don't
the
give them
the
leeway.
people thing like Oscar's entrance at was it 39? Was it 39? Yeah. Oscar's entrance with all the different Oscars.
Yeah,
Bianca with like the band, like all the like almost all her years, she had like the biggest entrance, like besides Cody. Like
yeah,
this year is just like three girls and her sis and her stepdaughter. Like that's crazy.
yeah. I
That's a
agree.
huge downgrade.
Yeah. I agree.
LA Knight's entrance, I give a five. Jacob Fatu, yeah, sorry, bro, it's barely above a SmackDown entrance. I give you a two.
Yeah, match wise though,
Match
it was a
wise,
hell of a match.
and these guys worked out each other like a whole month,
Yeah,
maybe 2 months.
and
You
it
know what I mean?
shows. Like they know each other, and the counters, and the counter to LA Knight's
That
finisher was
BF,
sick.
that BFT to the moonsault was disgusting. Come
And one thing I appreciate was the ring awareness of the rope and not
on.
him kicking out.
That's what I was about to say. The fact that he immediately rose to it's like there's a way to do these. And that just shows how much better than certain people. Some people just are at it, man. It's just like that's crazy,
Yeah, I agree.
crazy. The way they work together, the way the crowd was just into it, just ugh. Yeah, I'm giving this one a five. This is a personal favorite.
I gave it a 5 as well. And
Personal
I
favorite.
wrote this. I wrote on it, surprising one of the best matches of the night.
Hey, I'll give you the reasons. It wasn't a multi-man. There was no outside interference. There was no weapons or anything. It was just two guys having a really, really, really solid
And
match.
I
It's like
think
that's
that's what
crazy.
yeah, I agree with that. I think that's what I appreciate of it too. Like there was no bloodline members. There was none of that. Solo came out with him in the beginning, and that was it.
And they got some of the biggest crowd reactions of the entire night.
Yep, I
Dare
agree.
I say the entire weekend? It's crazy.
And I saw Haku. It made me happy.
Yes.
Match number 5: Ray Phoenix versus Grande Americano.
Uh, yeah, all right.
You're getting kind of muffled.
What you got? What you got now?
Yeah, you better.
Okay. Americano. I think I'm gonna give his entrance a nine.
It
I'm just saying. Just saying.
was a fun entrance.
They had the whole band. They did the production. Did the sepia toe. You know what I'm saying? He had the cape.
Yep.
So I'm giving him a nine. Phoenix. Uh, three.
I feel like I think him and Pentas and Phoenix
Yeah, they suffered.
entrances they suffered
Yes,
because of the set because all the fireworks are all the way on the top,
I give him that. I
so you
give you
don't
that
see
one.
that visual of the fire and the thing. So yeah, it is what it is.
The match itself, I say a 4.25. I say a 4 or 5 with that flip that
Yeah, I was on a four. I'm on a 4.5 at that 560.
he did. I don't know if he was. Listen. I understand. Uh, they discuss things and they call things. I think Phoenix was supposed to move. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
That was disgusting. That was the coolest move of the entire weekend.
I
What the
actually
hell was
think
that?
that if Phoenix didn't stay, he would have hit harder on his neck.
Well, he landed flat.
Yeah,
That's
he
a,
landed
you
flat
know,
on Phoenix.
and he didn't land in an awkward angle.
Oh, okay. So
I'm just saying I don't know if he was supposed to. That was like he dropped on him like a bird deuce, just bloop, right on him.
Yeah, that that was dope. And I think they for again, this is the first time they wrestled.
This is true.
So and they had pretty solid chemistry. Phoenix looked great. Uh, Americana looked great, and I really enjoyed it. And I don't think it did anything to lessen Phoenix as well because it was a really challenging match. And I do like the old school heel shit. I like the fucking metal plate in the mask and shit. I really like how he worked that into his mask. So I give a lot of credit to it. So yeah, I'm up 4 or 5 of it. It was a very entertaining match as well. Match number 6. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the women's championship. Um your entrance review.
Entrance few. See, this is I think one of the better uses of the set,
Yeah. Probably the best use of the set.
and like the props too, because they brought the things out.
Thank God
The boxes were
Mattel
fun.
makes their toys because they were able to use it.
So I would say for Tiffy, I'll give her entrance a 9.
Yeah.
I give it a 9. Charlotte, and like I said, she is another one who got a ride to work. So she got her Bentley to drive her up on stage. This is a far cry from coming out of a helicopter and all of the types of cool stuff she did. So Charlotte, I give her that 5.
You
It's not
know,
great.
I feel
It's
that
not
Jay Uso's watching all these vehicle entrances, and he was like, "I could have had that." He made me
or at
run
least a
down a
little scooter.
whole lot of stairs. I
At
was
least a little
dying.
scooter. He could have drove that cart that Roman ran over KO with. Just saying.
Still missing the window. Uh,
Uh, so we gotta talk about the stinky fish in the room. Um,
See, I don't want to shit on both people because I actually like Tiffany and I respect Charlotte as well. I think they're great together. I feel like again, this is where this is the first time they touched like in a match, and you see is the first time they touch. They are oil and water.
I so for what I think, and I blame Tiffy being new, right? It's her first Mania,
Yeah,
and I blame Charlotte not demanding to do less complicated things. Because if you watch this match and you look at the way they try to do stuff first and fail,
yeah,
and then they continue to go through the match, and then they continue to try to do these complicated things and fail, and it just looks bad, and it makes Charlotte look bad,
yeah,
and it's just like if I'm Charlotte, I'm calling an audible and going keep it simple
yeah.
because like I don't think people realize and I don't think people want to watch it back, but like there's a whole arc to the match where Charlotte's leg becomes an issue and they just stop.
Yeah.
Like that stops being the main thing. And
I yeah.
it's like what the like you just had 3 different matches in one and they were none of them were good. And I have to just be like, no, I can't give this a good score. So I'm giving it a 2.
I'm at oh man. See, I'm in the same thing is the fact that I hate when people work body parts and forget it. As in you're working her leg and then you forget about it. And the thing is also with Charlotte Flair too. Like you're working for that figure four, you're working for that, and you're not working on the leg, you're not working on anything. You're just doing your basic stuff. I feel like the match just didn't fit. Like you said, they they could have benefited if they just slowed down, and that sounds like an old school wrestler kind of shit. If they would have slowed down, listened to the crowd, and then pick up slowly for those big moves, I think it would have worked better. I think if they have I think if they get another shot at a match, I think the match will be better because now they have a feel for each other, and I think they'll correct the wrongs. But on this stage, it was not the time for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at a 2 as well. And I wanted to like the match because again, I like Charlotte Flair. I have respect for her. I think her, Rhea, fucking killed it. Her
Hmm.
with Io and Rhea killed it. Her and Rhea the first time killed it. Like you, but then again, you have Rhea, and Rhea I think is more adaptable to most people. As in, I think Tiffy again, only 3 years in as a professional wrestler, so she don't have the knowledge that Rhea Ripley has. I think you could put Rhea Ripley with anybody and she'll adapt. As in Tiffy, she's still learning, and that you can't have that at WrestleMania. I'm sorry. But
And
it doesn't take away her talent. It's just that yeah, honestly, yo, if they honestly, what I think what should have happened is that Nia Jax should have stood with the championship and she cashed in on this night.
yeah, okay, that would have been better.
That's I think that's where it went because Nia Jax could have went toe to toe with Charlotte Flair on the mic. Nia Jax could have had a better, at least a decent match or a better match with Charlotte Flair because they have fought before and they had some good matches. They had some bad ones, but they also had some good ones. But I think I think they dropped the ball on Nia Jax because she was actually a very freaking great heel, and they could have easily made a bigger moment with Tiffy cashing in at Money in the Bank, kind of like Seth Rollins' heist, and I think that would have worked better. That's just me. But other than that, yeah, I'm on it too, and it's just again they just oil and water. They just not did not click. And then we talk about Naomi and Jade. They clicked,
Hmm.
and that was the biggest thing. I wish that was the title match, and I wish this was not on the card. To be honest,
Yeah, yeah. It's just
I feel like there was three things you could easily put in this card that would have been a better match. I think you could put Chelsea Green with defending that U.S. title. I think you could have put the SmackDown Tag Team titles in the spot, and it would have been a better match.
true.
So I'm sad that it just sucks. I don't like saying that bad either towards them because again I like the talent, but I feel like you could have had a better match that you build on. You built the tag team division, you built the U.S. champion being fucking one of the best things on TV right now, and you did not have them on the biggest card on your head, and you did this match that I guess they wanted the best of it, but it just not hit.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm just saying, my problem with this match is they were doing too much stuff, and they
I agree
weren't
with that too.
without the experience. They were trying stuff on the fly. It was like
Yeah,
Charlotte should have said, "Keep it simple," because that the counter in the corner where Charlotte rolled off her back and she the awkward fucking get up roll, and I was like, "What the hell? That's Charlotte Flair. Why are you doing that?"
yeah,
New person. You understand what I'm saying? They
yeah,
were doing stuff that made Charlotte look bad.
yeah. I
Like
agree.
that's don't do that.
Yeah,
And Charlotte should know better. Like just say no. I'm not doing that.
yeah. She should have the pull. She's like, nah, that's not good.
So I think the, mm-mm.
Yeah. Main event: Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk.
So what's the order? Seth was the first one.
Yeah,
His entrance was it was okay. It was weird, which is on
he was
brand for his
Jesus.
character. I think he was like parodying The Rock or something
He
from a
was
few years ago.
Jesus.
But Jesus doesn't use fire.
So he was the evil. He burned it off, and then he became the good. And then he
Oh, okay.
had the
Um,
Jesus fucking thorn thing on his glasses.
Well, was Easter Sunday, the next day.
Yes.
I mean, I don't remember him ever really being religious, but whatever. Um, I'll give his a 7. He tried.
Yeah.
Uh, Roman Reigns, it was typical. I mean, it wasn't. Again, he had an orchestra play his song
Yeah.
one year.
I also like the old theme better than the new one.
I was just like the level that he went to. It just felt it feels like it went down. So I guess gotta say Roman Reigns entrance. I'm giving him a 5.
I did like the family members on the all the
It,
screens
it
and
was a
stuff.
nice. It
Yeah.
was a nice touch.
Yeah, I did like that.
Um, and CM Punk, I give for night one, best entrance of the night. I gave him a 10.
Yeah.
I think the package was good, the emotional, even if you didn't really know CM Punk, was like, oh, that's cool. And then they have the actual in living color on stage, and I'm like, that's dope.
Yeah. I laughed because he hugged the guitarist and he had all his makeup on his shirt.
It's funny.
But I was happy to see them live, and yeah, I like that band, and that song is a fucking good song. And again, that was a really cool entrance.
Hmm. And for the match, I think it wasn't anything complicated. That's the thing.
Yeah,
It was a very, very well scripted car crash, if you want to call it that. It was them beating the crap out of each other for the first 5 minutes, and then they just went. Somebody hit the all five supers on everybody, and then Seth got the wily idea. Let's do the shield thing. We hate this guy, and Roman was like, "Yeah, yeah, maybe I should." Shut up, bitch! Slap the shit out of him. Like this match has so many good little moments too. If you pay attention,
yeah,
Seth was talking a lot of shit during the match. A lot of shit. The way that you could kind of see him trying to build up to them getting CM Punk together after that turn with the table and going from the table. Then
yeah,
you get to the crescendo, and that's Paul Heyman. And we know what went down with the chair, the misdirection, because I thought, like everybody else, he's going to put it in the middle. No, he gave it to CM Punk, hit him in the balls. So he turns on one man, gives it to Roman Reigns after he destroys CM Punk with that shit. Let's just point that out. He let him beat the shit out of him. So I think Paul Heyman is going to get his ass kicked a little bit more. He got hurt recently. I think we'll talk about that. I think he still
yeah,
got some stompings to worry about. Then he does Roman. You know what happens there. He betrays Roman, and then Seth. So again, movie like moment. They call it cinema. I get it. I understand. Five, five. I give it an S. Give it
yeah.
an S.
I'm at a five.
This is. I'll give it my bias for Stand and Deliver that tag match, but I will say I admit this is the best match of the weekend.
Yeah, I will say yeah. It was story after story after story. They slowed down when they needed to slow down. They picked it up when they needed to pick it up. Paul Heyman's influence in the match really showed, and then again going back to with the Shield stuff, or going back into all the other rivalries that Roman had. Roman being on this losing streak because he hasn't won much of the last couple of things. He lost his last couple matches. Um, it was a fantastic main event, and I think it was needed because the match before was the crowd was dead, and then this rose it back up. Yeah, it's a five. It's a five. Night two of WrestleMania. I will suggest you guys listen to the Not Sam stuff of the back of the Monday Night Raw of the WrestleMania recap. There's a lot of good interviews on there. One being my favorite was the New Day. They explained their reasonings. They explained what they want to do with the tag team titles, and seeing that the tag team title should be on the level of the world title, and it's harder because you got two people doing it, not just one. And I feel like that interview really should be showcased on TV because it was actually really indicating what they want to do with the tag division, how what they feel about Big E and what the whole turn is and stuff like that. And it will actually probably give them more heat. So that 100% say listen to those. And they had some good like backup like the good interviews after that. So definitely check those out. And after night two, there was a lot of things as well. So definitely check that out. Now going to night two, we kick off with the Women's World Championship. We have Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky, and we have Bianca Belair.
Let's see. Entrances. Again, basic is basic can be for
You're
you.
lowering.
Oh, sorry.
That's all.
I said basic as basic can be for EO.
Yeah.
Uh, 5. Bianca, they tried, but again, like I said, massive downgrade from what she had. So I'm gonna say a 6. Rhea, Rhea's still,
Huh?
I said Rhea's still kind of cool.
Yeah, it was the Batman Who Laughs. I loved it.
So I'm gonna give her no higher than a 7, but I still give her higher than everybody else
The
because
gear was dope.
I know I still like the way she comes to the ring singing.
Yeah.
Um, the match itself, it was a 5.
Yeah.
I think it was super high energy. They have again multi-person matches seem to just be so damn good, so well timed. There's just always a nice, like a little. Okay, we got a big moment, nice drop kick, and then bam, here comes Bianca, it's like the juggernaut out of nowhere.
Yeah.
She flips EO with a shoulder block, and it's like, what? All right. It's just like every moment you think, okay, so and so's got it. They know how to have the other person come in and just off frame, like in the moment. And that's the thing that I like. Like they know how to transition from person to person where it doesn't look obvious.
Yeah.
So that's like the number one thing I like about the match.
Yeah.
Um,
Go ahead, finish.
and I'm happy. That's it. Shut up. EO's the champ. She beat both everybody's favorites. Eat it.
This match, it just goes to show what chemistry does.
Yes.
They all have great chemistry. They all been in this situation before in NXT. They all had feels with each other and things like that. And this is when you maximize the chemistry of each person, and this shows 100%. Rhea, Bianca, and Io Sky have amazing chemistry, and honestly, they could out wrestle they could outbeat any match if they are all three in the match. And this was a great way to start WrestleMania, a great way to start night two. And Io Sky, happy. I'm extremely happy that she's still champion.
And then we had the cool ass moment on Monday because of it.
Yeah,
Just
yes, we did. Match two: Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a Las Vegas street fight.
entrance wise, Drew, I give him a few points for the Doom outfit and the giant cape. I give him a 6.
Nice.
Priest, I give it 8. I thought the entrance was cool. Once I realized what it was, I'm not exactly familiar with the guitar and stuff, Slayer. So
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, what's happening here? And then the flames and then him coming out. He looked dope. Again, I think, like you said, one of the things that gets cut off is the pyro, the boom,
Yeah,
because you can't see it because they have to keep him in frame.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So again, yeah, it's just that set was kind of just not. It's not for them. Um, the match itself, I give it 4.25. I think they went hard. I'm surprised they weren't a bloody mess at the end. I think the points I have to take off for is just because when you do a street fight in the ring, it bugs me.
Yeah, I mean, you could go out.
It's just a street fight to me indicates false count anywhere. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah, I got you.
doesn't have to be in a ring. I think the fact that a lot of the stuff ends up being confined to the ring is just like that takes away from calling it a street fight.
Yeah, it's just a
So
no DQ match.
it's all no DQ. So that whole thing I think was dumb. And then when those Vegas theme flops, where was the craps table?
Yeah,
Where was the out of luck gambler?
yeah.
Something like
Don't
that.
matter.
Yeah, where was the poker chips?
Lost the track. Where's the slot machine?
Where's the escort, quote
Yeah,
unquote? You know what I'm saying? Something. Here's my thought. The match would have been cooler if it would have been the end of the match instead of the kick to the head was the old school through the tables, and Drew could pin him outside.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a nice place to end the match because like it ended like a minute after, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
So that's why I say 4-2-5.
Yeah, I'm at four
To
two
take my
five as well. It was a hard hitting match. And Drew's an asshole.
yes, him and his
Bored
brother.
again at work. Bored, bored at work again.
It's pretty good.
Match three, the IC Championship match. You got Braun Breaker, you got Finn Balor, you got Penta, and you got Dominic Mysterio. And Dominic is your new Intercontinental Champion with a huge pop when he won.
They were just dirty dominant the entire match.
Yeah,
So
Vegas likes Dirty Dom.
I mean, why not? They're in Vegas, yeah. Scumbags.
There you go. I enjoyed the match. It was a lot of fun. I like
Oh
the
wait,
spots they had.
got a point of interest. Um, I think these are some of the most vanilla entrances out of everybody.
Yeah,
So, like I said, it was because of the building. They couldn't have it look as nice as it should have. Braun Breaker did not have any cool entrance at all.
no.
He had a preferential gear, but
I
as
wanted
far as
him
like
to have at least Scott Steiner's gear, like NWO Scott Steiner gear, man.
half enough. He had half his pops and half Scott. I get it, but it wasn't great. It's not
Yeah,
like his face was painted half one and half the other.
yeah. You grew one side mustache
You know
and
what
the
I'm
other.
saying? Dom's was cool, but it wasn't. Dom looked cool. His entrance was eh.
Yeah,
I, and Balor was wearing dishwashing gloves and had a ShamWow on his head. I give his entrance a 1.
yeah.
All the other guys they get like a 4. So bad, 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 bad.
I liked it Dom's because he had his great uncle's mask on. And so if
Oh,
you didn't know the mask that he was wearing the original Rey Mysterio's mask.
okay, all right, all right.
So Rey Mysterio Senior, which is Rey Mysterio's uncle, so it'd be his great uncle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Match wise, I think it was great. It was great. I'm gonna say 4-5. I'll say it was again multi-person matches. Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. I think the start of the match was obviously Dirty Dom, but like Braun Breaker had some cool ass moments, man. He killed Carlito again.
Stop hurting Carlito. He didn't do nothing.
That man died twice.
Yep, he died twice. He didn't have his funeral up this week though. This time.
Okay. And
Um.
then it did have story too.
Yeah.
It's what's gonna happen with his Judgment Day.
Yeah.
No Finn. No Finn on Monday.
Yeah. Finn
So,
was on Monday.
well, you know what I mean. Like he didn't come out with him. So
Yeah, he didn't come out with them, but he did. He was there,
yes,
and
he
then
was
he
there.
had the return of Mr. Pop. He's a
So
pop figure.
uh, it's messed up.
uh, yeah, I really enjoyed the match. I've been having Dom. Well, once I saw they interacted Dom into the IC title ring, I was like, yeah, Dom's winning the IC title. I was 100% on Dom winning the IC title. Um, fun match. I think they all killed it. So I'm on 475. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Next match, Randy Orton and the mystery opponent, and they said his name and he appeared. Joe Hendry was the mystery opponent.
Yeah, there you go. That was a pretty big surprise.
Me,
Um,
yeah, I popped.
yeah, I think the whole. And you know what? The cool thing was just how on board everybody was.
Yeah,
And I props to Joe Hendry for having a song that anybody can sing.
yeah,
Because it's not complicated.
yeah,
Um, the match was what it was. But I think that was perfect for just a moment. Like it wasn't supposed to be a full ass match.
yeah.
It just was. So I hope nobody's upset, has their feelings hurt. You know what I mean? It was just to introduce everybody to joint injury.
But also, Joe Hendry got some good offense in, and then they had a very good way of catching the RKO with his with his thing, and then him
Hmm.
doing the pose as well after the match. It was great. It was great.
It was good. The entire interaction, I guess I have to score 5.
Yeah, I'll go the same just because the interaction was like again it was a surprise. I did not expect that. We had rumors of Rusev. We had rumors of Alex the Black. I was thinking maybe Sami Zayn because
I
for
thought that
KO.
was like, okay, so we'll
I
see.
thought Sami Zayn because of KO. I thought maybe some random like again like there's a lot of people you could have easily put in that match, and I think they would have had something good with Randy Orton. I wanted Karrion Cross. I thought it was Karrion Cross would have been a great match with Randy Orton. So that and then that's something that we'll talk about on the cast as well because of the pipe bomb he threw because of it. Because but again, it was fun. It was a fun thing. It was nice seeing TNA World Champion on WrestleMania. First time ever. First time ever seeing a another Federation's champion on WrestleMania.
I didn't think it would be so fast. I thought it would be Jordan,
Me too.
to be honest with you.
Yeah, because they worked with her the most. I could see that. Anyway. I'm on 4-5. I'm on a 4. Like I think the match could have again we could have got more of a match, but it was what it was, and I think it was a perfect setting for it. So it is what it is. But the way it ended, and then Randy Orton doing the pose with his song, it was great. Next match. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
The entrances, I think Logan had one of the more innovative, interesting entrances. He used stuff that's in character, and it was just something different. I don't think ever been a drone entrance like that, right?
No,
So there you go, first time, and it was done well. I'm gonna give it an 8, 8.5. There you go.
nice.
I'll be fair. AJ, look at my white vest. 4, 4. What? What? Like you, come on, you couldn't have did more for AJ Styles. You know what I'm saying? Something
Yeah.
cool. I don't know what you fired his two buddies, so they couldn't come out with him. Well, oh well. Anyways, the match itself, I think the match, like while solid, it never rose above like a SmackDown's feeling match for me.
Yeah.
Like there was maybe like one special moment in the match, and then the interference ended up being, like I said to you, it felt like it happened a little too late, and then the match just ended up feeling like drawn out because of it. I will say that his line saw 3/4 across the ring was crazy.
Yeah.
When they actually showed it, the angle, I was like, wow, is he? What is he? Is he an alien? Like the
Huh?
way Logan Paul does do stuff, sometimes it's like, Jesus Christ, what? All right. So I wasn't feeling the match. I'm going 3-5.
I'm on a 3.75 with this match. Again, I felt like it dragged a little too long. I wish Karrion Cross had more of an interaction. Seeing that, like, again, after watching the pipe bomb, I wish he like clobbered Logan Paul or something like that. Match itself, it had good spots, but it was just dragged, and I didn't want AJ to lose, so let's take points off of that. Next match is the Women's Tag Team Championship match. You've got Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyrie and Becky Lynch.
Surprise, surprise, bitches. Let's see. Entrances, again, nothing special for the Judgment Day. You would think for Liv it'd be something cool. No, just vanilla walkout. Look at my nice jacket.
There you
4. Um, Lyra actually had a really cool, like those bird arms were scary in how if you watched her, you see how flexible they were.
go. Yeah.
use her hands with them on, which was freaking me out when she was touching Becky. And she got up on the turnbuckle with her hands, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, she can touch through those things, and they don't fall apart. Oh, that's even worse. They look creepy. I'm gonna give her a 6. Becky Lynch, generic entrance. I'll give it a 4. I mean, it was cool to see her come out. I'll say 5.
There you
But like, I'm just talking in terms of what they did production wise
go.
for her
Yeah.
entrance. It was mad generic.
Yeah.
So again, the match itself, I'll give 4.25. But it was a solid match. I guess
There was
there was
story.
story,
There was
but
story
it
there.
was. I'll say Liv did a great job of selling it
Yeah, 100%.
because it kind of cooled off because it's been a long time. Has it been like a year since he was gone?
About 6 months, 6, 7 months.
Since Becky was gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been a while. So this is not the most recent storyline. So forgive me for not being like, oh damn, yeah, I forgot. But so I'll say that to that point, that wasn't the strongest part. It was more the action. Becky and Lyra, they were good. Again, I tell you all the time though, I have a problem of Raquel just getting beat up by smaller people. And Becky is not big, and Lyra is tiny. I mean, she's a ball of muscle, but she's tiny.
Yeah, I give you. I give credit with
So
that.
that just bugs me. That's I'm always seeing that, and it always takes me out of the match. So that's the reason I give it what I give it. 4.25.
I'm at a 4. I'm at a 4 with the match. I thought it was a solid tag team match. I kind of wanted Liv and Raquel retained, but then again, again Monday happened and they regained it really fast, and then we had a big thing happen afterwards. But for a women's tag match, it was a solid, a very solid, very thing. And Becky Lynch coming back from after 17 months and still having good chemistry with these girls is good to see.
Hmm.
So Charlotte, what's up?
Well, to be fair, she chose Lyra after she beat her up.
That is true. She actually worked with Lyra a lot on NXT as
And
well.
Tiffy. And Tiffy.
And Tiffy, yeah, yeah, she did. So
Had an amazing hardcore match with Tiff when
yes,
she
she did.
beat her for the champion
Yeah,
for her title. So I'm just saying.
that is
It
true.
it just bugs me though when you see that and you go, part of me wants to say it ain't Tiffy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
we
saying?
don't
Part of me
know.
wants to say that.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
we don't know.
But the sad thing is also we seen good things out of Charlotte as well. So
Yes, yeah, yeah.
main event: John Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
Okay, interest is Cena I think was very cool and it makes a lot of sense. And it makes a lot of sense going forward. So it is completely in character. I think it took a little long for them to do this. 'Cause I think this is what people were expecting the first time he turned into a bad guy.
Yeah,
So, but I think it's good for him, good fit.
but he does
Josh,
what he wants to do and not what the fans want to do. So he changed it when he wanted to.
and he will not change his song because that is his voice. I like that. I give it a 7. Give it a 7. 7.5. Cody, that's where all the money went. All the money went on his back. So if you want your WrestleMania budget, ask Cody Rhodes.
It's an Iron Man mask made into a skull mask.
Hey, listen,
That was 100% an Iron Man mask.
yes, yeah, has somebody in the back. What can you do with this? Um,
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. The dude that did Bray Wyatt's mask, he did it.
oh really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Cody's entrance, I give a 7.5. I'm tired of it. Off. It's good, but all the pyro in the world, whatever, man. No Pharaoh makes me sad. You know what I'm saying? So 7.5, 7.5.
Shout out
That's,
to their figure coming out.
oh, that is cool. He
Yeah.
does get he does get a figure. The match itself, I have to be clear about this, the match itself, I give 3.75. I thought it was good. It was never great. It didn't reach those heights. It had some cool moments, and I do appreciate, like, again, the little things that Cena was doing during the match. Um, and I do like the choice after the fact, but again, it was kind of poo poo by having this no run in of a run in, I guess.
Yeah,
The guy walking, he took his time. The entire song
yeah.
played. By the time he got to the ring,
I'll be happy when I don't have to hear that song again.
but you know whose fault that is? That's the internet's fault. You know why it's the internet's fault? Because they blew up the fact that that guy hit him, and then they thought, oh yeah, he damaged Cody's whatever.
Yeah.
And then you look at him and you go, this guy's like 150 pounds soaking wet. He didn't hurt that guy. He didn't hurt Cody. So this is the internet's fault. This is your fault for making that guy seem like a big deal.
Uh, yeah.
That's all I gotta say. They were like, "Ooh, he got to get one back." Remember her? Didn't you say that he got to get a receipt?
He's going. Yeah, no. So the
Is
way
it?
he hit him, like I understand that he was like a 150 pounds, but the way he did hit him,
Let's
he hit
be
him
real.
right in the eye socket. That
Let's be
wasn't.
real.
Yeah.
No, they. That's not what happened to him. They said he shattered his ears. Somebody was like, "Oh yeah, he might have shattered Cody's eardrum."
Nah, he hit him
This
in his
is,
eye socket.
I'm just saying. This is what people were saying. They were like, "Oh, he did damage," and I'm like,
Nah, even Cody said it. Like he fucked. His eye. It hit him right directly in the eye.
I'm not buying it though. I'm not saying of long term damage though. I'm not buying it. That was a big deal.
I think Cody should have just kicked
Was
him
it
in the balls
was
though.
it worth it? Was it worth it?
No.
It wasn't worth it. That's all I'm saying.
Cody should have kicked him in the balls.
It wasn't worth it. Poo poo crossroads to that guy. Get him out of there. And then he had I like the choice. That was the cool thing. Hey, you gonna hit him with the belt or not? Cody, the cartoonish freaking superhero that he is, did not, and he lost. So the
Yeah.
more I talk about it, the less I want to give it the score I gave it. I give it a 3.5 at the most.
I think I would have appreciated the match more if like Cena fucking destroyed Cody.
I mean, I could have taken it either way.
But
I
I
could.
think,
What we got was not great.
but I think that's the whole thing with Cena too. Is like you deserve nothing. So I'm gonna give you a basic ass match. I'm gonna give you a bad match because I do not give a fuck. Like I actually think that he's doing shit like this on purpose because
No, I don't doubt it.
the funny shit is like again like and everyone going like oh but they had like no Cena's problem whole thing is against the fans and not Cody. He barely had anything really much to Cody besides those lines that he had. Beyond that, it was mostly towards the fans. So what he does, he has a bad match at the main event of WrestleMania because fuck you guys.
You know what? That makes it feel somewhat better.
So I'm gonna give it a higher score because I feel like he did it on purpose. Fuck Travis Scott. He did an Undertaker walk to the damn ring. Even John Cena was like, "Yo, hurry the fuck up." I'm glad he got a crossroads. I feel like he should have got kicked to the balls. I don't care about him. I do not want to hear that song again. I really don't. Like
It's
can we
too
be done with
bad.
that song? Can we
It's
just be
too bad.
done?
I think they paid for it for the year. So
And his overpriced Cactus Jack WWE gear that he's not
no,
paying no royalties to Mick Foley.
that's not, no WWE. Should, oh wait, it's not being sold by them. It's being sold by him.
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
WWE crossover, and they named it Cactus Jack because he's been using the fucking Cactus Jack as his fucking bullshit. I
uh,
know this because I fucking I read it. I don't care, but yeah, you're selling overpriced fucking clothes. WWE shop and WWE shirts for real. Why are they $40 like $35 $40 now? They used to be $25. It's crazy.
ask your commander in chief. What's
That is
going
true.
on?
It is true. But it was before that.
I mean, ask the last guy what's going on.
It was before that. It was just went up to 40. It's because TKO bought them and they want money.
Well,
Anyway, I feel like purposely John Cena had a really bad match to say fuck you to the fans. So I'm gonna go 375 because I didn't appreciate it, but I feel like he did it on purpose.
man of his word. Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
man of his word, you deserve nothing, and he's
I'll
gonna be
take
the last real world champion.
not if Randy has anything to say about it.
Randall, Randall, Randall looks like he's gonna like burst. He gets so red. He looks like the angry character in fucking Inside Out. The little red thing that fucking has
Oh
fire in its.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's what he looks like. Anyway, I feel like John Cena had a really bad match on purpose.
Does
So,
anybody ask him that? Did Pat McAfee ask him that?
um, you know, it's funny though, and again, I will suggest everyone watch the interviews he did after the match. I did like the post interviews that he was like, people asking him questions. He was like, "Nope, that seems like quick clickbait, and I don't want to answer that." And I thought that was fucking hilarious. And then on Pat McAfee's show, he kind of explained that yeah, y'all fans are fucking mean to me. I got hair implant transplants, and when this shit didn't work, and I like he said I got it in January. I came back, y'all making fun of my bald spot. He was saying all that shit, and it was like, yo, he has a right to be mad. Y'all fucking judgmental ass people. So I understand him. I was like, yeah, like y'all assholes. So
True.
you deserve this shit. But
Mm.
he actually explained everything, and he explained it very well. Like again, like the match wasn't the greatest thing, but if you watch the interviews there, and the show, and then also on Monday Night Raw, I think he fucking explained it fucking great, and what he was doing, he explained it really great. So I can't really say hate on it, but the match wasn't good, and I
No, but
afraid.
I'll put it this way. I'll put it this way though. The reactions to it are mostly to the end of it, right?
Yeah,
The people talking about it like it was Charlotte Tiffany. This match wasn't that.
yeah,
This is what I'm saying. Like we got a match. It
yeah,
just wasn't the blow the roof off. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like, there's a difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference. But again, people are just gonna bitch because the big thing happened, and they're like, "Oh, I hate you, Triple H. I hate you, John Cena. You ruined this and like that." And
Well,
he's like,
just be mad at The
"What
Rock.
did he tell you he's gonna do? He's going to ruin wrestling. He said it to you." That's just his main thing. He said he's gonna ruin wrestling. Reason why? Fuck yeah. He said this clear and then he said, "Fuck y'all. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all fucking are assholes."
Terrible people. Mhm.
It makes like perfect sense now. That's like the ultimate heel turn. Is like, you know what? I'm just not gonna put effort. Fuck that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna beat your people and not put effort. Like Hogan.
Oh damn! Don't do that. Jesus.
Just drop the racism.
Mhm.
Oh man. Anyway, yeah, WrestleMania, night one. What WrestleMania overall? What you give it?
Overall, I give it a 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
There's a
Uh,
lot of matches and only two real things you could call stinkers.
yeah,
One personally, AJ, and Logan I didn't like.
yeah.
So 4.25, 4.25.
I'm at a 4.
What's that? B plus? B plus?
Yeah, but I'm at a B, a B or B minus. I'm at that just because I feel like this was probably the worst. Like, I didn't, the set itself looked cool. Beyond that, like, and what they had to do and how the entrances just looked very boring. I was very disappointed with that. Like again, when you get WrestleMania, you get the best of the outfits and the stage and the new entrances, maybe a new entrance theme, maybe someone singing your theme in, things like that. And you usually get that a lot. And this one, like, it was very plain with that. So I'm gonna give points off of that. I did, but something I'll give credit to: Pat McAfee, Michael Cole, and Wade Barrett. They're fun. They're
Yep.
hilarious, and I enjoyed their commentating There was times I enjoyed the commentating more than the matches because what they were saying was fucking hilarious. So
Mm.
I enjoyed that part and stuff like that. But again, like there's things that could have been better. But then again, making more sense of what Cena did this shit on purpose. He said, "Fuck y'all." But yeah. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up because this is a long ass cast and this is the WrestleMania recap. We'll be back regular on Sunday with everything else with the weekend wrestling, the wrestling retrospect, and we could do some podcasts we listen to. Listen to CVV. He had Bailey. He had some good conversations last week as well, so definitely check those out. Um, and shout out to Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. They're covering all the new figures they showed, and I can't get in them, but there's some really cool figures out there.
And they're gonna be expensive.
Yep,
Yay.
there you go. Peace out, laters. Oh, I'm already ahead of myself. All right. Thank you for listening to a Wrestling Battle podcast. I am Mark the Mike. Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, and TikTok over Mark the Mike. Also follow Red Cyclo Inc.
Make sure you follow us anywhere, everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify.
Yep.
Check it out. Oh, we got WordPress too.
And WordPress. Yep. And check out all their casts. We have the weekly Against What I Swear. We have the Morphin Cast. We have a new episode up on Go Sider. The Shell Shock podcast. We had an episode posted up not so long ago. We got Not a Trekkie, and we have a Game of Rage coming about Mass Effect 1. So stay tuned for those. Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.